Welcome back, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure there's a girl or two out there somewhere that watches this shit. I'm fixing that ECX Ruckus. I twisted off the stock drive shaft, busted the hell out of it. I was just about to the point where I had the gearing figured out. This is a simple fix. If you've been around the ECX brand a while, you should be well aware of it, because this fix has been around right from day one of the two-wheel drive truck's release, however many years ago that was. Let me disassemble it here quick. Don't ever work on such a dirty table. Really bad for your RC. But I ain't got time to clean up and stuff. I just got it. I'm a fucking dirtbag. I've been crawling around under the hood of the rat truck trying to make that son of a bitch run tonight. That didn't work out. So, come down here, work on this thing. I figured this was an opportunity to do a simple, quick, easy how-to video. It's supposed to be one of the things I do with this channel, and I haven't done one in a long time. So I thought this would be kind of a neat thing to cover. A little hard to see what the fuck I'm doing down in here. I'm looking for the set screw. Where are you? I know you're in there somewhere, you dirty slut. Probably packed with mud. Well, if all else fails, look at the one you already took off. Where the fuck is it? Ah, stupid bastard. There it is. There's that son of a bitch. I think. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, I have to do a how-to video on how to find the goddamn set screw to hold the drive shaft on. Maybe I should wear my fucking glasses. I should have done this side first and done the other side in front of the camera, because that one's a little bit easier without the spur gear in the way. Of course, this is the lazy way of doing it. There are better ways, like disassembling shit. I'm trying to do it with minimal disassembly. It's not needle nose, but it'll work. Just trying to get that set screw out of there. Man, I'm the worst teacher ever. There's the set screw. What a joke that was. Alright. This is still a good drive shaft. There's no signs of any tweakage or breakage or wear on it yet. But I'm not going to fuck with it. What I did is I ordered sets of Traxxas drive shafts. These are just the same drive shaft that's in your Traxxas Slash, your Stampede, Rustler, not the Bandit, they're shorter. But they're all the same. And they're the same length, basically, as the ECX drive shaft, but they're a little better quality. I've had good luck with them, they last a lot longer. They're not a direct bolt on, but they're about as close as you can get. And I'm going to show you what it takes to make it work in this truck. Bear with me here. This set screw is easy to find when it's clean. Oh, motherfucker. Got my tool. Break time. Bud Light. Hopefully my camera's still working. Okay. So the hole in the end of this drive shaft is the same as the ECX drive shaft. The diameter is the same. There's a little bit of a neck on there. It shouldn't interfere with what we're doing or trying to do here. Motherfucker. But the problem is inside of there, there's little flats, like shoulders, and they won't let it go on the diff shaft in your ECX truck. You gotta modify it a little bit. You need a drill, and I'm using a 13/64 bit. Put it right in that hole right there. Let her eat. Be careful. Kiddies, if you're trying this yourself, don't. Let mom or dad do it. Probably not mom, because women suck with power tools. Sorry, ladies. That's it. You drill that fucker out, hone it a little bit. Be extra careful. Don't do any damage to that pivot ball down in there. Line your hole back up. Make sure you've got it so it slides on there easy. Good enough. Alright, that slides on pretty easy. To save you some disassembly, do not put that end on and put your set screw in and then try to put the outer axle part in, because it's just not going to work. You'll have to take your rear hub off to do it. And that's no fun. Now, the axle stub end is a little bit different between the Traxxas and the ECX. You can see the thick part carries further up the shaft than it does on the ECX part. And you have to do a little bit extra to compensate for that, but not a lot. As you see, the Traxxas axle fits right into stock bearings, no problem. That's the nice part. Come on, there you fuck. Alright, get that up out of the way. Get the other half of my axle in there. Once you got that axle shaft in, you can actually mount it right to the diff. Now you're good to go. Just got to get the holes lined up. It's kind of hard if you got shitty lighting like I got right here, right now. We'll get her. Come on. Yeah, I might need to get a flashlight and get down in there so I can see what the fuck I'm doing trying to line that up. Where the fuck is it? Right there, alright. Hardest part is seeing that hole and lining it up, really. There it goes. Once she goes in, it's real easy. Uh-oh. Hopefully it didn't... Oh, there we go. It helps if you got the axle right side up. One side the hole is slightly bigger for the threads to work their way into. Let's see if I can just get this to turn as a unit. Try that one more time. This time it's going to work. I got a feeling. There she goes. The set pin that comes with the Traxxas drive shaft is exactly the right length. It goes through the shaft. It holds everything just like it would on your Traxxas truck. It really works pretty well. Alright. Then get your Phillips head and hook your fucking... Your link back up where it goes. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. I should do this in the morning before I've had a long day, probably. But I gotta do shit when I can. I was hoping to get a run in with this thing tonight. It ain't gonna happen because it's fucking dark out there, or almost. I might be able to run, but you won't be able to see it. Okay, little tie rod thing is hooked up. Suspension works freely as it should. Now a little issue we got here is just the pinhole in that stub axle is out a little bit from the stock. To make up that difference, and I wish I could tell you what size these were, but I can't. They're just washers that come in a Harbor Freight hardware organizer. The $15 thing that comes with all the hardware. There's a couple of washers in here that are exactly the right size. I throw 2 of them on there. That's just to keep that axle from having slop in it. Keep shit tight, and it probably keeps a little bit of dirt out of them bearings too. Throw the pin in there. Now the next little bit of modification you got to do. This hex, the ECX hex, won't quite go down on that axle shaft. Get your drill bit out again. Now this is the hairy part. You want to go easy on the Bud Lights before you do this. Because I don't care how much practice you have. Every time you run a drill bit into your hand or your finger, it fucking sucks. You never get good at that shit. I don't want my simple how-to video to turn into a fucking bloodbath. That's it. The same 13/64 drill bit. The hex slides right on there like it should. It's good to go. Now one more thing. You got to do the same thing to the wheel. because the hole in the center of that wheel ain't quite big enough for that axle. It doesn't take much. I mean, it's just that fast. That's real time. That was starting with 100% stock parts, start to finish. Come on, baby, get on. There it is, locked in. Tip her up on end. Use your stock wheel spacer if you need to. And your Traxxas wheel nut. That's just how easy it is, guys. Nothing to be intimidated by. The only thing I did notice, if you tighten that wheel nut down as far as you can go with it, it causes a little bit of binding in the rear diff. And you don't want that because that'll put extra heat in your motor. There you go. That's nice and smooth. Needs a good cleaning. Done. About a 1 beer job if you're thirsty. That's it. This truck's ready to go and tear it up again. And now you may break 1 or 2 of these occasionally also, but like I said, it's just the stock parts for a Traxxas Slash or Rustler or Stampede. I ordered 3 sets because the day I broke this, I took the battery out, put it in my brushless 2-wheel drive Slash, and went out there and I broke the same exact fucking part in that. So I got 3 sets. 2 to use right now and an extra one for when I break another one later on. That's it. It's ready to go, guys. I hope you learned a little something. I'd like to thank all you guys for tuning in and all the feedback I got for this eBay ECX Ruckus project. I wasn't sure if you guys were showing interest in something like this now or not, after my big money Red Cat stuff and the crawler stuff I've been doing. But this is what I felt like going into next, so this is what I did, and I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Probably the next thing you'll hear or see from me is going to be the Highway 1 Bomber. I got a plan for that. I think it's not going to happen until probably just before Memorial Day weekend. I'm thinking I might take a couple days off with Memorial Day weekend. And I got a state park I've never been to, but it looks pretty rocky. I think I might go check it out. Benjamin over at John RC, you're going to stay tuned to that, brother, because I think that park I want to go to is just about the halfway point between you and me. Maybe we could get together and we could take turns beating the shit out of Chris's Bomber. Until next time, fellas, I'll talk to you later.